Every single month I answer a bunch of questions that you guys leave on my videos from the month. This is your comic comments. Usually they're about comic books, but they don't have to be. This is everything that you guys left from the month of June. So let's get into it, man. I got 10 comments here from you guys, the audience, from June. Let's get into it. So first one up, Killin 27J says, I've just finished updating my whole collection on Comic Geeks. Very satisfying to see everything in one place, organized, etc. I got to do that, man. So all my single issues for the most part are on Comic Geeks. If you guys don't know, that's the organization comic book app that I use all the time. I have it in my videos a ton. That's the app I use, and I have a bunch of single issues on there organized, but I don't have any of my collected editions. So at some point, dude, I got to go through, walk around my room and just add all the collected editions, because those are also on League Comic Geeks. That would be cool to get them all on League Comic Geeks. That way, if I go to my app, I can look at my entire collection on League Comic Geeks. That would be very cool and very satisfying, but I just have the single issues for now. Got to do the collected editions at some point. Moving right along. Delta Trion says, always love hearing your takes on comics and seeing your weekly polls. When it comes to popular comics, what's one that you feel is overhyped or overly celebrated? Honestly, with all the hype that Batman Hush gets, it kind of blows my mind. I'm like, yo, this is an alright Batman story. I read a bunch of ones that were better, but people seem to really like Batman Hush. In my opinion, that might be one that's overly hyped. Yeah, that might be overhyped. I would say Spider-Man Life Story is a read that I recently read that some people really seem to love, like they love Spider-Man Life Story. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. And yeah, I would have to think about it some more. But I would say for the most part, whenever I read something, I kind of like don't care about what other people will say about it. I kind of just go in and try to form my own opinion, right? Which is how I think most people should handle things. But yeah, I would say those are two that I read recently. Or like I reread Batman Hush again to get ready for Hush 2, and I was like, man, I can't believe that this is regarded as one of the best Batman stories of all time. I really didn't see it that way. And then Spider-Man Life Story, I was like, you guys think this is the best Spider-Man story of all time? I'm kind of confused by that. And yeah, I would say that's kind of what I got so far. So I'd have to think about it. Maybe there are some others, but I would say for the most part, whenever I read something, what I feel about it kind of matches with like the general consensus. I would say for the most part, there are some things that I end up loving more than other people, but I would say things that I feel are overly hyped, overly celebrated, I'd have to think about it a little more to get you some more answers. But moving right along, Jade Cassie says, love your videos. What's your favorite con that you've been to? So for me, it's got to be C2E2, man. Ton of fun with Comic Book Stash, running around Chicago, me and him making videos together, all the different creators that go to that one as well. I think that C2E2 is just the best comic convention that I've been to for sure, but best con I've been to as well. I would like to go to Heroes Con at some point. I hear that's a really good one to go to, especially if you like comics. Like, it's a very straight comic book convention. I would also like to go to New York Comic Con at some point, never been. But for now, I would say like between some of the other comic conventions I've been to, but then C2E2, like Awesome Con, stuff like that, C2E2 is definitely the best, in my opinion. Moving right along, Vactor, friend of the show, Vactor says, no Imperial. This was that week, the new comic book week that Jonathan Hickman's new series, the Imperial series, was coming out. And yeah, dude, so I got more information on this, dude. So Imperial, it seems like Jonathan Hickman is only writing like the 4-issue mini, and then he's hopping off. He might be doing some of the one-shots and stuff like that, but it doesn't seem like this is going to be Jonathan Hickman's next long arching saga, dude. So that's why I didn't pick it up, because I'm never sure if Jonathan Hickman, if the next thing he's working on is going to be the next Jonathan Hickman series, or is it just going to be like a little mini that he just does, right? So I didn't pick up Imperial. I heard it was really good, but you know, it's not like Jonathan Hickman's next big cosmic saga. I guess it's only going to be a 4-issue mini thing, and then he's doing some one-shots. So I was kind of turned off when I heard that. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if you know, if Imperial is like God's truth or something like that. Let me know. But I kind of passed on it. To me, it seems like a Jonathan Hickman series that isn't going to be going for a super long time or whatever. Next up, we got Master H Nagi. Great vid, so many great unique comics coming out. Did I miss your monthly reads review? Dying to hear your thoughts on Mr. Miracle. So yeah, so the reason why I brought this one up is because for the longest time, man, I was doing, hey, this is what I'm reading in the month, and at the end of the month, I try to talk about what I read that month as well. 2 nice, easy videos I can do, and I used to do them every single month. But in May and June, I kind of fell off. I kind of fell behind. Life stuff. I got sick as well. Bunch of different vacations and trips and stuff like that. So I was kind of not caught up on my collected edition reading. But going into July, I plan on, hey, here's what I'm reading in July, and then we go on from there. You know, stay on top of it and try not to fall behind anymore. But yeah, so that's what's going to be happening to my monthly reviews. I took a little bit of a break in May and in June, but looking to start it back up in July. And yeah, Mr. Miracle was good. I talked about it a little bit when I talked about my recent reads also this week. Definitely check it out. Orchids, he says, it's awesome to highlight a writer like this. Sometimes I feel like comic content is much more based around the action and cool characters. So I think dedicating a video sharing and highlighting what makes you love a writer or writer's writing is great. So this was in response to my Dennis Camp video. So I think I'm going to do that every single month. I'm going to try to pick out a comic book creator and just talk about some of the comic book series that I really love from that creator. So yeah, I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you liked that concept. And yeah, that's how I read comics, is follow comic book creators, the interesting things that they're saying in this new series and stuff like that. I don't really care about the characters so much and action and feats and power scaling and all that. I read characters, I read stories, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I interact with comic books. Try to express that through the YouTube page as well. But yeah, thanks for the comment, Orchids. You gotta read comics that way, man. It's so crazy to me people read it for just power scaling and feats and sort of. Anyways, Commander Vimes said good move on the TMNT. So this is in response to me adding TMNT back to my pull list. I, for the longest time, I was picking up issues number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I stopped picking up in singles because I thought I would be going to trades. But man, it's really cool to be joining a TMNT series right from it starting, and it, you just keep on keeping on. So I jumped back on. It's back on the pull list, and we're just loving it, dude. So excellent stuff. Once they kind of settled on a series artist, and a really impressive series artist as well, who's also doing the coloring, it's just a great look for the Turtles, man. And Jason Aaron, he needs some time to cook. And I didn't really give him enough time to cook, but I think he's cooking now, so I love it. Next up, we got Friedman, 7567. He says he loves the weekly reviews, but he's not a fan of going through the pages on release day and showing pages of new releases before we're able to read them. I'm much more of a fan of reviewing last week's book like you normally do. Thanks for all the great series recommendations. So this is a one-time thing, Friedman, so I totally get what you're saying here. So last week, when I wasn't at my comic book store to do the haul, I was sitting here at the desk and I was showing you guys my haul, but I was flipping through and I was showing you guys some of the pages. Because those comic books just came out that day, that can be seen as a spoiler, right? So I totally agree with Friedman. On the day that comic books come out, I won't be showing any more interior pages. I'll save that for the next week when I review them, right? So makes total sense, dude, Friedman. It was a one-time thing we tried, but we're gonna get back to doing it how we normally do it from here on out. So yeah, man, sorry about spoiling the crypto series and stuff like that whenever that week came out, but yeah, man, we're gonna get back to it. Julia Say 1293 says, hope to meet you at Heroes Con this year. Love your content. So wasn't able to make it to Heroes Con this year. Sorry I wasn't able to meet you, dude, Julia Say. But in the past, in the future, we plan on going to Heroes Con. I actually got in with a content creator badge or whatever, but I just wasn't able to make it down to North Carolina or wherever Heroes Con takes place. I forget. North Carolina, South Carolina, I forget. But yeah, wasn't able to make it this year. Plan to make it in the next couple of years though, for sure. And hopefully I can meet you there. Z the Goober said, I think it's the last comment too. Yeah, last comment. Z the Goober says, I think I found the channel to follow for my latest hyperfixation. First of all, your voice is really good. Secondly, you describe and explain the comics so wonderfully. I can't even explain it. So thank you for the comment, dude. Really appreciate it, Z the Goober. Yeah, this is the channel for you if you like comic books. Try to keep it chill, try to keep it casual, and like the other question I already answered, try to interact with comic books in a different way than what I see. It's not all about power scaling and stuff like that. It's about writers writing great stories. So thanks for latching onto that. Think my voice is good. I appreciate that. And yeah, the way I describe comics, I would disagree with that, but if you like it, you like it. I just sit down. I don't even really think about it beforehand, and I just start talking. But yeah, that's what we got. Those are the 10 kind of comments, questions, and concerns from you guys, the audience, for the month of June. Leave some comments down below, guys. We'll get to them in July. So that's what we got in this video. We did our new comic book day haul. We did our comic book reviews like we do every single week. We also talked about what I read in the month of May, what I read in the month of June. We talked about a new July #1 new series that are starting that you can tell your local comic book store about. And then we finish it off by doing our monthly comments, your comment comments for the month of June. Thank you guys for watching, and read more comics.